Okay, so got it back working. Here's the next way to solve it. Here's maybe an easier way. Okay, so you can solve by using a graph. So if a graph's not provided, you need to get some graph paper, ask for some graph paper, or just draw your x and y axis. So I'm just going to kind of trace up here an x and y axis. So here's my x, here's my y. And what I do is I'm going to do 2 points again at a time. So I'm going to plot point A. A was a -1, +1. There's my A. I'll plot point B, -2, +2. So here's my A, here's my B. And then we're going to draw a line through those points. Make sure you use a straight edge to do that. So I'm going to do the one that's on the Smart Notebook. So there is my line going through those points as such. Pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to plot point C. Point C is at a -3. 1, 2, 3, -3 here, right here. And now I can physically see that that point is not on that line, and I'm done. I don't have to do anything else. I've proved that it's not collinear with coordinate geometry. All right, so that takes care of that problem. This is the next addition that you need to add to your notes. Go ahead and get that copied. Pause it if you need to. I'm about to start the problem. So make sure you have what I have highlighted and the actual description. We have on and underlying the coordinates of P, Q, R, and S as a -10, -3, 0, and 6 respectively. So I'm going to underline this word because this is very important. Whenever you see that, that lets you know that it's in that order that they gave you, okay? It's in the order that they gave you. So we're going to draw a number line. And we know we have values -10, -3, 0, 6. So we're going to put that 0 in the middle. We know -10 is going to be the furthest one from 0. -3 is going to be kind of close to 0. And then we're going to have 6 kind of in between. All right, so we're going to put that there. And the points are going to be in that respective order. So the first one was P, so that was the -10. Q, then we have R, and then we have S. Okay, so we want to find, says point B. We got to figure out where point B is on this number line, and it's 1/5 the distance from point P to point R. So where I'm focusing my distance is between P and R. You can see that that distance is 10. 0 to negative is 10. So I'm looking for a distance that is 1/5 of that. So if I know that PR from P to R is 10, and if I look at 1/5 of 10, 1/5 of 10 would give me a distance of 2, okay? So that basically tells me that V is 2 units away, okay? 2 units away from P. And I'll put on here from P. So if I was just to go 2 units away from P, where would I end up being? I would be at a -8. So that means that V is a -8. Okay. Now, another way you can solve this is using the ratio. The ratio is 1/5. If I know my distance is 1/5, then I can use a ratio to find the distance from P. And basically, I know P to V, so I'm trying to find P to V. That's my unknown, okay? And I'm going to write it like this. PV is what I'm trying to find. I know P to R. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm just going to substitute, okay? So I know that I have 1/5. PV is missing. PR is my 10. Now I can cross multiply. I have 5x equals 10. My distance would be 2 again, so I would move 2 units and get 8 as well. So this pretty much takes care of everything we need to know with measuring seconds. The next thing, which was, let me go back here. Oops, not there. I lost it. Sorry. Here we go. This was what we cut and we pasted into our spiral notebook. Sorry, I don't have an example. It's the picture up here. I don't know how I lost it. We're going to do a couple right now together. What I need you to do is finish the ones I don't do, and we will check this as part of your spiral check. Now, they gave us a diagram, but it's going to change each time for each problem. Says, what if Pn, so P to N, that's our whole segment here. What if that was 29 and Mn was 13? What would PM be? So I know you can physically do that mentally and just kind of do what? Did I put that right? Yes, I did. I feel like I wrote this wrong, but no, I guess I didn't. So if I know that the whole thing's 29, I have that's 13. The missing part, yes, it's 16. Now, what I need you to understand, this is what I forgot. Ooh, is it gonna work? Let's be smart. Make sure we don't make those mistakes again. For the next problem, they're giving you a whole new relationship. So you're not using what you have labeled before. You're now labeling what is given for the next problem. So on number 2, now PM is 19, MN is 23. They want you to come up with the whole, which I know you can do. All right, so that takes care of what you're doing on this section. When we get to 4 and 5, okay, they want us to write an expression for WX. We're going to label the given. U to W is 2. U to X, which is our whole segment, is Y. They want us to write an expression to represent WX. Well, hopefully, I hope you see that. I could say 2 plus whatever WX is equals my whole segment, which is Y. So I'm basically solving for WX. And in order to do that, I need to get rid of this 2. If you knew what Y is, you would subtract to find what's remaining, just like you did on the first problem. So WX is that expression, Y minus 2. And that's it. There's not going to always be a number or value that you're going to get. So that takes care of that one. You can do number 5. And then when you get to number 6 through 8, let me extend this page real quick. You get to 6 through 8, you need to just draw a number line and then determine if they're congruent. And remember, respectively means in that order. So I'm going to draw a number line. We're going to have the values -6, -2. So I'm going to go ahead. Since I have negative, I'm going to put the 0 there. -6 is my furthest number. -2 is close to the 0. 3 is kind of close to the 0. And then 7 should be farther, but it's not to scale. So that can happen. It can be drawn not to scale. And then we're going to put our points on here. We have, I'm just going to, let's try it like this. A is at the -6. A, B is at the -2. C is at 3. D is at 7. So they want us to compare the two segments, tell us if they're congruent. If they're congruent, the symbol for congruent means that they are equal, they have the same value. So A to B, let's look at it. A to B, a -6 to a -2, that's the value of 4. C to D, 3 to 7, that's also a value of 4. So now I know AB is congruent to CD. All right, so that's what we're doing for this section. Okay, did one, you finish it. Thank you so much for taking care of it.